Ajanulam Bitibujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanaika Pitaro Kamala Yataksho Vishwambaro Ivadwijabaro Yugadharma Palo Bande Jagat Priyakaro Korna Avationo Avataro Nindantam Pulakot Korena Bikasam Nipa Prasunachtoivim Prodrikritva Bujadbayam Hari Hari Etu Chaividantam Muhu Nritantam Drutamasru Nirjara Chaye Sinchantam Urvitalam Gayantam Nija Parasadai Parivritam Sri Gaura Chandram Nama Ananda Lila Maya Vigrahaya Hemavadivyat Chavisundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste. Yes, bro, some question.
We have a question from Gupta Govardhan. If bhakti-lata-bija is not properly nurtured, protected and dead, what would be the consequence? Can it be revived by getting initiation again?
In the beginning of the Bhagavatam, Narada is in essence chastising Vedavyas, or from another point of view, revealing to him what is the cause of his despondency. Because we're told, despite having compiled the Vedic literature, the Puranas, Mahabharata, Vedanta, everything, he's left feeling despondent. And the gist of what Narada is telling is that you have to present Krishna conception in all its fullness and purely. No ulterior motive, dharmak projita kaita botra, paramo nirmat saranam satam, and emphasizing the position of the devotee, and particularly the supreme devotee, Srimati Radharani, that through Radha Dasyam you get substantial Krishna conception. You gain entrance into the Krishna world. And it's an allusion to what has been presented by Vedavyas, these alternative means of approach, which you can say are step by step or gradual, whether it's through dharmic behavior or tapasya, austerities, penances, giving in charity, all the different things and different paths described. And Narada is telling him that if you compare that to just direct Krishna connection, right, that a moment of genuine Krishna connection, even if circumstantially enters a suppressed position and time, is infinitely better than all of these other methods combined to the maximum degree. Right? Like Janmakoti Sukritarna Labhyate. 10 million births of proper behavior, doing the right thing, the accumulation of Sukriti will not give what the desired substance that is awakened in connection with a genuine devotee of Krishna. Someone who has that can transfer that to the heart of another. What does it say? Anyway, see if we recall later. But so if you will describe these devotees who are pure lovers of Krishna, and their behavior, their activities, their sayings, their prayers, their songs, then the heart will leap up and embrace Krishna conception. So it's in the teachings of Mahaprabhu, Rupa Goswami, Brahmanda, Brahmite, Kona Bhagavan Jeev, Guru Krishna, Prasadi Pai, bhakti-lata-bija. Right? The bhakti-lata, the beads, the seed of devotion, as in Srila Guru Maharaj's pranam, written for Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj, that Krishna-prema bija prada. He's distributing the seeds of Krishna-prem. So, and Mahaprabhu tells Rupa Goswami, wandering the length and breadth of the world of misconception. Remember, conception is the substantial thing. The objective world is the least aspect. It is conception where substance is to be found. This is the world, the objective world is the world of misconception. But there is another world based on pure conception. So bhakti-lata-bija means the conceptual seed. So under the dust of the lotus feet, and when plays Saraswati Thakur says, duli, it means under the influence of that divine substance, which is personified in a particular devotional personality. Coming under their influence, beginning to see things the way they see things, through the devotional eye. Premanjana charita bhakti vilochanena santaksa deva hridayeshu vilokayanti. Doesn't say that the premic bhaktas are seeing the Paramatma in their heart. Right? Yang Shama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarup. But the Achintya Guna Swarup of Shama Sundar Krishna is manifest in their hearts. The deep heart's core means their deepest plane of internal consciousness, wherein the Swarup form, the devotional form expression, the form expression of their devotion is manifest. Right? So coming in connection with such an ancient Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai bhakti-lata-bija, the seed of Krishna conception is implanted. Really, it's about an awakening. We'll repeatedly hear that, like Udoy, Krishna-prema nitya siddha sadhu kabunoi, savanadi shuddha chite korye Udoy. Hearing from them and reproducing faithfully what we've heard from them causes this conceptual seed to grow and develop. But Mahaprabhu mentions other things there that will choke the growth of the creeper. So that the devotee gardener has to be vigilant. Just as we see in growing anything here, you discover, the devotees are discovering in the growing, natural enemies to whatever it is they're growing. And then they have to evolve some strategy to prevent that, whether from other living entities or weeds or however we want to describe those things which can choke the growth of the creeper. And in certain instances, we may find that it enters a suppressed position due to a lack of practicing. Right? Becoming distracted again by the objective world, it enters a suppressed position, or worse, through Vaishnava aparad. Right? But always, by the grace of the devotees, our position can be revived. Srila Guru Maharaj also asks us to consider the quality of seed that is implanted. He's saying, if a high quality seed of Krishna conception is planted, it will not wither easily. Right? So there's gradation everywhere and everything, and many things to consider. But this establishing fresh connections or reinitiation, this should not become sort of a fashion, casual. Many things have to be considered. Right? Generally, the first line of approach or understanding of any devotee is to examine themselves. What fault is within them that has brought about this circumstance? Not to cast blame outwardly. Right? But forever, we are dependent upon the grace, the mercy of devotees, because it is only through the devotee that you gain access to Krishna conception. And Mahaprabhu himself, Krishna himself, coming as a devotee to show this. Right? And not just to show it, but out of intense, desire, eagerness has been awakened in him. It's the same, it must be true in the original. Right? Not that his position would be any different. You could make the same case. Aparam kasyapi pranay janamrindashu kutuki. Right? That this curiosity was awakened in him. How? The outcome of what? Association with Srimati Radharani, the supreme devotee. Awakened the curiosity within him to experience her position. Right? So, Rupa Goswami saying, Sado pasya Sriman Drita Manujakaye Pranayitam Bahadbi Girbane Girisha Parameshti Pabrittibi Sha Bhaktebhya Sudham Nijabhajanam Upadishan Satchetanna Kime Punar Apidashor Yashati Padam. How wondrous is the appearance of Krishna as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, astonishing, irresistibly charming, and wonderful in every way, that Brahma and Shiva are adopting human guise, right? The supreme gods, Brahma and Shiva, are coming in human forms to have a glimpse of the beauty of Gaur Sundar. Mahaprabhu Gauranga Sundar. Mahaprabhu Gauranga Sundara Nagarabara Nittam Nijernamabi. Guru Maharaj like to quote Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakur about the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Dev and how charming, how beautiful. Raso Dama Kamar Buddha Madur Damodrila Tanur. Tanu means the form, the beauty, the sweetness of the form. What is it comparable to? Raso Dama Kamar Buddha. Kama Arbuddha means 10 million cupids. Rasa Udhama means and their highest state of cupidity, word cupidity repurposed. Rasodama, the highest expression of rasa, like, what is it? Ananda Leelamaya Vigrahaya. No, what's another one? Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha. And so beautiful is his form. And Srila Guru Maharaj, what does he write? Koti kami murchi tangri rupa rasa rangaram prema dhamma deva meva nome gora sundaram. 10 million cupids will faint to see the beauty. How can you improve upon, the Achintya Guna Swarup of Shobhana Krishna? He's inconceivably beautiful. That's his default position. How can you improve? He is an infinitely becoming more charming, sweet, beautiful. How can that be improved upon? If the combined inconceivable beauty of Krishna, enveloped in the heart and halo of Radharani, even Brahma and Shiva have to get a look at this. They're astonished. They can't resist the urge, an irresistible urge to have a glimpse of the beauty of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So when it says, Sha Bhaktebhya Sudham Nijabhajana Mudra Mupadishan, and he's showing the path of devotion. What path? We say, Rupa Goswami wrote a whole book about this. It's complex, and all of its complexity. Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, Madhura, Swakya, Parakya. He is delineating all these different aspects, and Vishnu Bhakti, and Vaidhi Bhakti, Raga Bhakti. So what does Mahaprabhu come to show? If he's showing some type of devotion, the sort of devotion that he's beheld firsthand in his relationship with his beloved Srimati Radharani. And particularly the achieved intensity and greatest magnitude and depth that her heart expresses in feeling separation from Krishna. That has utterly captured him to experience that. So this is quite a proposition. How shall Krishna transition to a devotee? People are always talking about transitioning. So how shall Krishna, the supreme enjoyer, right? Adi Purush, Govindam Adi Purusham, Tamaham Bhajami. Brahma, and Shiva and Brahma. Did you hear what? That Govinda, an Adirada Govinda? Yeah, we're talking about the same person. He's descended as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, enveloped in the heart and halo of his sweetheart, of his beloved. And he's even more beautiful. No, yes. Let's have a glimpse. Well, we can't go like this. and the guise of some human forms, because it's a Prakrita Lila, to have a glimpse of Gaura Nataraj. Right. And Mahaprabhu dancing, singing, dancing, joyfully taking the name of Krishna, hearing Krishna, as Guru said, what is the voltage of the Krishna Nam of Srimati Radharani? Just think about that. The voltage in her Krishna Nam. Now he's experiencing that himself. And it's driving him mad, causing him to dance and sing more, and thereby distribute to others in the process. Where is he taking us, if not to that plane? He's not taking to some lower region of the spiritual world, or the outskirts, or the southern hemisphere, or any such thing, but to Anyara more, what is it? Anyara more man Vrindavan, Moraman Vrindavan. Anyara Hridayaman, Moraman Vrindavan. Radharani saying, Mahaprabhu singing before Jagannath. For others, their heart and mind, more or less synonymous. In my case, my heart and Vrindavan are one. As if Vrindavan is a construct of the heart of Srimati Radharani. So if Mahaprabhu is enveloped in the heart and halo of Srimati Radharani, where is he taking everyone? That verse, Bande Mahaprabhu Shite Charana, said like a boat, it's taking all the souls from this world across the ocean of nescience to the aprakrita domain of Sri Krishna. But how will he transition from Krishna to devotee? May not be an easy thing. Some gradual process. So when he descends here, he has, we know children are naughty. So he has some naughty boy pastimes in Navadvip, playing around, with the village girls, with so many different people, to the delight of everyone. But like naughty child-like pastimes. And this, more or less concealing his identity. But in time, there is a character arc, a devotional character arc in the pastimes of Nimai Pandit toward becoming Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in full-blown Radha Bhav, that taking it as in the house of Nilambar Chakrabarti and Jagannath Misra, and how shall we say, parallel, like Krishna appears in the house of Vasudev, Devaki, and then transferred to Nanda Yashoda. Vrindavan Das Thakur, whose appearance stage is he says that the parallel is appeared in Jagannath Misra and has this, the Prem Kirtan in the house of Srivas Thakur. Still, so Nimai Pandit, and taking the position of a primary teacher, disguised as a mild-mannered primary teacher of Sanskrit. And we know pastimes with Keshava Kashmiri, other things. But we're told upon the departure of his father that he goes to Gaya, as was customary for oblations to the forefathers to perform the funeral rites, that some transformation took place upon his return. And he suddenly started showing devotional tendencies. Because up to this point, devotees, particularly Gadadhar Pandit, they're utterly charmed by the beauty of Nimai Pandit and his playful personality and behavior. But they're like simple-hearted Vaishnava, they're thinking, one flaw, not a devotee of Krishna. Like sometimes we know some person, we think, oh, if they were only a devotee of Krishna. So they're thinking like that, but they're thinking like that about Krishna. That's the part that makes it all the more charming and compelling. How sweet are these devotees? They're looking at Krishna and thinking like, if he was just a devotee, then he would be perfect. He already appears to be perfect. But it seems his perfection could be improved upon if he was a devotee. That we pray for and hope for. And upon his return, he is suddenly showing devotional symptoms, and his mind, heart, by all of your association. Remember, this must be consistent with the path of devotion. Because we could think, why not? He's just full-blown in that supreme devotional position from day one. We talked earlier about sometimes something being suppressed. It's like in a suppressed position. It will only be appropriately expressed in time in a particular way. So his coming to the path of devotion, it should be consistent with what is upheld all along, expressed in every literature. It should not be different from that or contradict that in any way. So what does he say? And not for show, but in a heartfelt way, he's telling the devotees, by your association, this has come to me. That's the beauty of it. He's deferring to them. And they're, of course, shy, embarrassed about that. But we can delight in the fact that there is truth there. But as he begins showing extreme symptoms of devotion, they begin to wonder. Right? That sometimes it appears, that like Ganga-like streams of tears are pouring from his eyes. His body is shivering. He's exhibiting all of the different types of ecstatic emotions and transformation. And for hours. And they're beginning to wonder. This, remember, under the influence of Yoga Maya, we can take it. Just as in Krishna Lila, it is essential, the Yogamaya illusion, to allow this sort of sweet, heartfelt interaction. If they are overwhelmed by Aiswarja Gyan, or constant awareness of the majestic aspect, divinity, then they'll be reticent to express such intimate feelings, have intimate transactions. So the devotees, they're wondering, but they're spreading the good news to Advaita, telling Advaita Acharya, Nimai Pandits, become a devotee. And he's like, it's about time. Remember, his day job is Mahavishnu. Right? And Tulosi Dalama Trena Jalasha Chulakina Ba Vikrinite Tam Atmanam Swam Bhaktevyo Bhakta-vatsala. Because Advaita is always, they're kind of like, he's got Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaves, because it's not like he stopped once the Lord descended. He's saying, all right, is he really here in the way that we need him? And they say, he's starting to show devotional symptoms. You're like, aha. Very good. Because Advaita feels as though it's their divine play, but that Nimai Pandit is deceiving him. If you think about that, that's very sweet, and it's all full of double entendre. So the saying, like, he's deceiving me. He's a thief. He's deceptive. Because after all, he is the Chana avatar. Right? So who he is hidden. And you can approach that in different ways. Think, it's not apparent. Well, one thing is hidden. Why? Because he's not coming as God, as an avatar, but as a devotee. When we say, Guru Rupa Hrim Gauram Radha Ruchi Rucha Vritam, covered, hidden by what? The heart and halo of Srimati Radharani. It's a wonderful thing. And Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vrindavan Das Thakur is telling us, he begins to appear in the rupa of kirtan to his devotees. Through kirtan he's appearing, and through kirtan he's still appearing. Naham tishtami vaikunte yoginam hridayena cha tatra tishtami narada yatra gayanti mad bhakta. Same thing, but takes on added connotation in Gaur Lila. I'm not in Vaikuntha. What did Srivas Thakur's Narada say in that passage? I went to Vaikuntha and the whole place is empty. I said, where'd everybody go? Say, haven't you heard? Gaur Narayan, he descended. And the whole of Vaikuntha followed him. So, where am I? Yatra Gayanti Mad Bhakta, where my devotees are singing my glories. I'm there. That's where you'll find me. It's not hyperbole. It's real. Vrindavan Das Thakur will repeatedly say, who can describe these pastimes except Ananta Shesh himself? He's the only qualified person. Sometimes they say, Krishna, only Krishna can glorify Krishna adequately. But Murari Gupta mentions that when Mahaprabhu showed up in his doorstep as the Varaha avatar. He said, well, only you can glorify you. And we see there, and your expansion as Ananta Shesh with his thousands of mouths singing your glories since before the beginning of time, he's unable to reach their limits. So if he is unable, then what can a fallen soul like myself offer? But that in and of itself is a beautiful prayer. But so when Vrindavan Das Thakur say, who can describe this but Ananta Shesh? Oh, my Lord Nityananda, his expansion is Ananta Shesh. He's given me the order to say these things, to express these things. Because we could think, Vrindavan, you just said, Vrindavan Das, that it's not possible to adequately express the glories of the Lord. So what are you doing? You have some book called Chaitanya Bhagavat? Is that not a violation of what you just told us? No, it is not me, my Lord. In one place he says, Narasimha, Yarusimha. He said, as I know those are the same, I know Nityananda, Balaram, same, but different. But mainly same. And it's Nityananda's order that I would glorify his Lord Gauranga in this way. By the grace of Nityananda, you get Gauranga. By the grace of Gauranga, you get Radha Govinda. That is the path. Yata yata gaura padara vinde, vindeta bhaktim krita punya rasi. And those who are sukritivan, sumedasa, of refined theistic intellect, they will see the entrance to Krishna Lila is Gaur Lila. The entrance to Vrindavan, Navadvip. Or I said, every atom of Navadvip is capable of giving Vrindavan in full. Right? Acharya Lila of Radha Govinda, Gaur Gadadhar. So, Advaita is very happy to hear this. Wants to have a first-hand look. Invites Nimai Pandit, devotees come, and Gadadhar Pandit is there, and Advaita Acharya, he's so happy. Remember, this is what he prayed for. He brought him down here. Sometimes Mahaprabhu will say, you, Srivas, Advaita, the cause of Nara, and Srivas, you brought me here. Right? And he's saying, what does Nara mean? Sounds like Nara. He said, you can describe it in various ways, but if you take Narayan, remember, Mahavishnu, he's in this sense, the aggregate of all living beings, they're all coming from him. It's only natural that it would be his position to be their savior, or to bring down their savior, Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Advaita is so happy to see now the no longer deceived. Now Nimai Pandit he cannot contain his devotion. So, but Advaita, understanding who he is, he's like hands in his Namo Mahavadanaya, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya Namo Namaha. He's like treating him like who he is. Really, Krishna's in there. And Gadadhar Pandit, we're told, like Gadadhar Pandit bites for his tongue, like he's saying, Prabhu, to it, like, is that good for a young man to hear those kind of things? Saying like, maybe it'll go to his head, like there'll be some ego inflation. You're praising him, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana, Jagaditaya Krishnaya, Govindaya, Namo Namaha. That's a little extreme, is it not? And Advaita said, no, don't you know who is before you? So it's part of their play also. For Gadadhar to see what is really under the influence of her heart, Srimati Radharani, how her heart will gradually spread its influence over the heart of Krishna, capturing the whole heart of Krishna and expressing as Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, as the devotees are witnessing this developing devotional, developing manifestation of devotional qualities and characteristics in Nimai Pandit, and the extremes of ecstatic transformation, he's also exhibiting some strange behavior, because there's always some growing resentment of the opposition or atheist or those opposed to the culture of Krishna consciousness. This must always be there to enhance the devotional position, to enhance the position of the devotee. Again, Gita, but repurposed. Paritranaya sarunam vinashaya chaduskritam. Dharma sangstapanartaya sambhavami juge juge. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam sridhamyaham. What he says in the Gita, now being expressed in Gaur Leela. So those who are opposed, Nimai Pandit, we're told, sometimes he's by himself, sometimes laughing, crying, talking to himself, and he's saying, all these atheists, I will kill all of them. Other times he's saying, I will drown them all in kirtan-rasa. Drown them all, but in kirtan-rasa. But other times he's saying, off with their heads. Sometimes Srila Gurudev would have little talks like that by himself. So it's a certain mood and intensity that he has. And it's as if he's in the preparatory stages for the coming inauguration of Nagar Sankirtan. There's an arc. So this strange behavior, the mad laughing, sometimes and his ecstasy, laughing for 9 hours straight. And Mother Sachi worried about him, consulting with others, and the people who do not properly appreciate his position, saying, he must have some ailment or derangement from before, and now it's expressing itself again. So they're advising things like ghee, Vishnu oil, Narayan oil, different. They're thinking, apply these oils to him, and he becomes more and more mad by the moment, until she's got him in a bathtub of this oil up to his neck, and he's splashing madly, laughing wildly, and she's thinking, Nehemiah is mad. He's totally mad now. And she calls for Srivas Pandit. And when Srivas Pandit comes, and Mother Sachi, look at Nehemiah, and laughing wildly, madly, in this divine extended ecstasy, Srivas Pandit says, what he's got, I want a drop of that. Divine substance. And then he stops laughing. And says, Srivas, what do you think about me? You have any opinions about my mood, my condition, my behavior? And Srivas Thakur was saying, my Lord, that's all I aspire for, is to have a connection with that divine substance. And Nimai Pandit is saying, all right. If you did not appreciate this, then I'm ready to jump in the Ganga and be finished with all of this. But that you know and appreciate this divine substance, then that gives me the encouragement to go on. So let's start kirtan at your house. Let's start having nocturnal kirtans at your place. Srivas Angam. And we're told then, so this is making the devotees more and more excited. See the growing, developing devotional position of Nimai Pandit. And then he thinks they deserve some explanation. And he's telling them that something happened to him on the way back from Gaya. Remember there, he got initiation from Ishwara Puri. Remember, he will say later, my guru gave me this mantra, and Prakasananda Saraswati says, why are you behaving like some kind of a sentimentalist with all the singing and dancing? You should be studying Vedanta. He's telling that to the what is Vedanta to him? It's from his breathing the Vedas manifested. Right? Vedaischa sarvayo hung eva vedyo. All this Vedanta he's what is to be understood. And he's telling him, you should be studying these books that manifested from your breathing. Why should I do that? My Gurudev didn't tell me to do that. He said, in fact, my Gurudev gave me this mantra, and he saw that I was murka, means foolish, can mean foolish, puggle, crazy, you know. So he did not advise that I study, you know, and go off on some tangent, a never-ending tangent of discovering ontological trivia. Right? So he said, rather, you take this Maha Mantra. And he said, and that's what I chant the holy name, and I don't know what happens to me. It's not that I want to dance, but I take this mantra and tears come to my eyes, and then this ecstatic, it's a natural overflow from my heart. I can't control it. So I went back to my guru and said, what kind of a mantra have you given me that it has these kind of effects? And my guru said, oh, you're very fortunate. We've heard of this. What is that? Anukirtanan. What is that? Evamrita. Anyway, the Bhagavatam. Saying this is the natural outcome if you take the name of Krishna offenselessly. That's the key word. What is Bhaktivinoda Thakur saying? Amar aparada guchi shuddha nama ruche kripa bolo kabe habe bolo sedi namar. When will that day come when my aparada ceasing, and then shuddhana, and I'll get a shuddhanama, a taste for the pure name of Krishna. So he's telling the devotees on his way, so Gaya to Navadip, there's a place in between called Kanai-Natshala. Not like, I believe in the sense of like dancing, but anyway. Kanai, that is the name of Krishna, like Rai for Radharani, their nicknames, Kanai, Kanu, Krishna also, Kanai. We used to hear the singers from Bangladesh on the trains years ago. They'd come and enter the cart and, you know, oh, Kanai, singing these songs about Krishna. How you sing there. So on his way back from Gaya, he stopped in Kanai-Natshala. And there, Kanai, Kanu, Krishna came to him, and he was astonished to see young Shama Sundaram Achintaguna, the Achintaguna Swarup of Krishna, the inconceivably beautiful form of Shama Sundar Krishna. And Krishna looking at, and Krishna approaching him, then Krishna came and embraced him. And he felt so happy and fulfilled. And when he opened his eyes, Krishna had vanished. And that plunged his heart into the depths of separation. So he's saying, please, dear devotees, understand the reason for my distress. Where is Krishna? He Radhe Brajadevi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kutaha. Srila Prabhupada liked to quote these verses from Srimati Acharya, glorifying the 6 Goswamis, and particularly this one. Prabhupada said, what was their mood of devotion? He Radhe Brajadevi Ke Chalalite He Nanda Suno Kutaha. Where are they? He said, not that you've got. Right? The ostentatious display of achievement is the hallmark of Prakrita Sahajya imitationists. The genuine devotees, it's the search, Krishnanusandhan. As Gurumar said, the search for Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful. Kutaha, where are Radha and Krishna? Where are they to be found? Kahan Krishna Prananath Murali Vadan, Kahan Karun, Kahan Pan, Brajendranandan. Murali Vadan means Krishna playing the flute. Where is that Krishna playing his enchanting flute on the banks of the Jamuna with the moonlight shining upon his beautiful lotus face? Madhura, Madhura, Madhuram, Madhuram, Vadanam, Madhuram, Madhuram, Madhura, Vibho, Madhugandim Mridu Smitam Etadaho, Madhuram, 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 Madhuram. Vadan means, Bill was saying, like you can see, he's using the word Madhura, so like so sweet, 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 how sweet. There's the beautiful form of Krishna and the face of Krishna. And if upon that, there's the sweet form of Krishna, Madhura Damojvala Tanur, then what's even sweeter than that is the face of Krishna. And if the face of Krishna smiles, oh, it's too sweet. It's unbelievably sweet. The smile on the sweet face of the sweet form of Krishna. And Mahaprabhu was telling, this is my problem. This is what's bringing my heart so much distress. I need to find Krishna. Can you help me? You are his devotees. Only through you can one get Krishna. So please take me to Krishna. And Gadadhar Pandit, Nimai Pandit, now asking Gadadhar, begging Gadadhar Pandit, please tell me where is Krishna, take me to Krishna. And Gadadhar Pandit saying, Krishna is in your heart. He said, Krishna is in my heart. Krishna is in your heart. And he starts scratching at wants to open his chest and release Krishna. And Gadadhar Pandit, no, not like that. And Mother Sachi, observing this, saying, I have never seen a boy so beautiful, so intelligent as this Gadadhar. I pray that he will always be with Nimai. And if we think about it, Srimati Radharani appears as a boy in Gaura. How beautiful, how supremely intelligent, and how sweet of Sachimata to say, may Gadadhar always be with Nimai. They should always be together. How painful it is for Gadadhar Pandit to, at times, have to experience this separation, unbearable, inexpressible. But Sachi saying, oh, and we know Gadadhar was in Puri under the guise of Ketra Sannyas, and Mahaprabhu spent most of his time after taking sannyas there. And you see, really Gadadhar throughout. But so the devotees are simultaneously overjoyed at the increasing, developing devotional position of Nimai Pandit, but somewhat worried at the same time. And when they're thinking of his identity, some said, is it Sukadev? Is it Prahlad? Because they don't know, again, by the influence of, is it Sukadev, Narada? Maybe some great devotee has appeared? Or is it the Lord himself? And gradually, as they're realizing more and more, the Lord himself is coming. Oh, but in this marvelous juxtaposition, transformation, and Saraswati Thakur says regarding the Bengali of Vrindavan Das Thakur in this one place, he's saying, just see the mastery of Vrindavan Das Thakur's, his poetry, his poetic usage here, when he says that normally the Ganga flows from the stream of Ganga the river of God, flows from the lotus feet of his Lord, of the Lord. In Gaur Leela, it's pouring out of his eyes. Think about that. It's normally emanating from his lotus feet. It's really a divine current of Krishna-prem. He's saying, now that same current is pouring out of his eyes. What are the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? But as they're engaged in the nocturnal Sankirtan and Srivasangam, we know some envious people, they hear this, and imagine the ecstatic expressions of Mahaprabhu and the devotees to the non-devotional ear or the envious heart. Sounds like madness. And people are going, what's going on in that house of Srivas Thakur? And they're saying, we're all going to get in trouble. And some of them, they're saying, remember, some are just miffed that they're not being invited. Others are just, there's gradations and the opposition also. But some, and they're Bengalis on top of it all. And I say that with folded palms to the worshipful Bengali people who know what I'm talking about. So, and this is classic Bengali thing. Some say like, you can take the name of the Lord in your mind. There's some extra benefit? You have to say it so loud? Like this man used to come on Gurudev's veranda, and I call him Shankya Jog, because he's always going, Shankya Jog, And so his reason for not taking initiation and getting Harinam was that he said, then I will be following Mahaprabhu's teaching, kirtan-rasa Hari. I will be taking Harinam 24 hours a day. How will I get anything done? I said to him, yes, the planes will fall out of the sky due to excessive Nam influence. The world it won't go on anymore. I mean, ironically, it's true. In the sense, Yaranu charita lila karna pirsha viprut sakrita dvana vituta danda dharma vinashta. The world as we know it will be finished, but revealing of the most beautiful world. What do you think? I will be following Mahaprabhu's teaching. Then I will be taking Krishna 24 hours a day. So they're making up all these different, and they're thinking, and words getting out to the Kazi, the local Muslim Islamic ruler of the day, like, I guess, mayor, somewhere, mayor, governor, like that. And one of them says, I said we should go take that house of Srivas Thakur and throw it in the Ganga, and you didn't listen. Then someone else said, we should just turn him over. If they come, we'll just apprehend Srivas Thakur and hand them over to the authorities and say, here's the man who's the cause of all this. But so they hear, because of this local disturbance going on. Remember, this is before the first big Nagar Sankirtan. It more or less leads to that there's rumors that the Kazi is sending 2 boats of his officers to deal with the situation. So some fear is also coming to the devotees. These are dynamic pastimes. And Mahaprabhu, he knows the hearts of all his devotees. And it's very sweetly presented there, again in Chaitanya Bhagavat of Vrindavan Das Thakur. The Lord knows everything, and he knows when his devotees are experiencing anxiety. Again, Paritranaya sarunam vinashaya chaduskritam brajajana palana asura kulanashana. And he's come to give relief to the anguish in their hearts in various ways. So he's in a sense, testing Srivas Thakur. He wants to go visit and test him. So, at the time, Srivas Thakur, as devotees do when they're feeling some apprehension or that there may be danger, they take shelter of Nrsingadev, right, the protector of the devotees. And really, bhakti vinyasana, it's not their word, and don't mistake this to be an external consideration. They always want to be in a position where they can go on with their devotional activities. That is what is important. The world is endlessly mutable around us, although it does have particular themes. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, Dukkha-doshanu darshanam. The anitya asukam lokam, this temporary, miserable place, is consistently plagued by the miseries of birth, death, old age, disease. That's, what's the word? A guarantee. There's another word I'm searching for. But so when we say devotee, what they're praying, they want to go on. They're praying that their devotional aspirations may continue. Don't mistake the two. Right? Still, he's worshiping Nrsingadev, praying to Nrsingadev. And so Nimai Pandit, and remember, Srivas Thakur, when he's praying to Nrsingadev or worshiping Nrsingadev, he's really absorbed. So then we're told, Nimai Pandit's kicking the door. He basically kicks the door down and says, Srivas, what are you doing? and his eyes are, he's, Namaste, Nrsinghaya, Pralalada, Hiranyakashipurva, Shilatangana, Itona. Srivas, open your eyes. Whom you're worshiping is before you. I'm Nrsingadev. Or a part of me is Nrsingadev. And Srivas Thakur seeing this illumination. And you think, are you actually worried about this? And said, don't you know I'm in control of everything? So you're worried about this king, he's coming on the boat with the men. Saying, it'll only happen if I will it to. You know that. But then it gets very interesting, because he says, I will give him inspiration. But he also says he may not accept it, which is beautiful. He doesn't say, I'll force him to behave in a particular way. That would be interfering with the minute independence of the jiva. He says, I'm going to give him some particular inspiration, for sure. And then he said, but if he doesn't follow that, I have a B plan, a C plan. It's very informative. And it reminds me, Srila Gurudev used to say that sometimes devotees those surrounding him were pushing him to discipline some particular devotee for whatever reason. And he was reluctant, reticent, whatever the word, And at one point he told me, he said, Maharaj, I am thinking, if someone is doing wrong, but they're sincere, then Krishna is giving them inspiration within for correction. Right. So here, He's telling Srivas Thakur, I'm going to inspire him. If he doesn't follow it, I got a backup plan. If he doesn't follow that, I got another one. And he's saying, if worse comes to worse, I'll go down and surrender myself to the boat. And you know what I'm going to tell him? I'm going to tell him this. He said, but first, get all your family together. Right? So Srivas Thakur, his wife Malini, different family members, dasi, servants, maid servants, and one little girl that's the niece of his brother named Narayani. As Vrindavan Das Thakur is known as Narayani Nandan, the son of Narayani. So he's saying, bring them all here. And so now he's saying, so here's what I'm going to do. Everybody's like listening. He's saying, so I go down there and I meet with the king. And I tell him, I want you to bring all your mullahs, scholars, everyone you have, and who are the best at interpreting your scriptures, and bring elephants, peacocks, tiger, deer, birds, all the living beings you can find. Bring them. So you'll have them on one side, the living beings on the other side. And then I'm going to tell them this. All right, I'll turn to them, the best representatives of your theistic line. Right? Make them cry. Come on, you make them cry. You have some spiritual potency, make them cry. But they will be unable to. And then what I will do, I will bring a totally mad elephant infused with Krishna Nam, who will be madly taking the name of Krishna and crying in ecstasy before him. And that will convince him of the validity of what we're doing. And he's saying, but I think, do you believe me? Do you believe that I can do this? And then he sees the little girl Narayani on the sign and says, Narayani, I want you now to take the name of Krishna and cry with Krishna-prem. And she's 4 years old, and she starts taking the name of Krishna and experiencing Krishna-prem. Her body is trembling, she's falling on the ground, she's in an ecstatic trance, her body vibrating, full of Krishna-prem, and tears of joy streaming from her lotus eyes. And then Srivas Thakur is saying, how fortunate we are. And we're told, and he says, he begins his glorification, and he's saying, I know who you are. No mijate bapuse tadidambaraya. That person who wears who is of black Shama Sundar complexion, wears the yellow dhoti, he has the flute, he's wearing gunjamala, and Vijayanti, garland of forest flowers from Vrindavan. He has the stick for controlling the cows. He's quoting Brahma Stuti, those sort of prayers. I know who you are, and I know why you've come. And he said, and isn't it wonderful that what the Vedas aspire for, what Brahma and Shiva want to achieve, what all the great devotees, they aspire for, that in the house of Srivas Thakur, the dasas and the dasis, the servants and the maid servants and all the family members, they achieve this by the grace of the devotee. So what began in the beginning, emphasizing the position of the devotee will be underscored and enhanced and reiterated throughout these divine pastimes. So it is not a peripheral aspect or anecdotal about the, swa-bhakti-bija sudham nijabhajana mudram upadishan, about Mahaprabhu, but the principal reason for Krishna's descent as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And this is really the foundation of the Krishna consciousness movement. And what does Rupa Goswami say? Sureshanam durgam gati atishaino panishadam. What's rare, Sureshanam durgam, very rarely achieved by the demigods and the Upanishads and Muninam Sarvaswam Pranatapattalinam and the great Munis and thinkers. This is what they aspire to. He's saying, is Mahaprabhu himself not an example of the personification of the divine love of Srimati Radharani and the Braja Gopis? What's in their hearts? That's what he's come to give to the world in the form of the Krishna consciousness movement. And that's the highest type of Krishna consciousness. Namo Mahavaranaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Trase Namaha. Hare Krishna. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Parivrajaka Acharya Asatara Sadashri Srimad Srila Bhakti Sudhir Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Saparikar Sri Sri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ju Ki Jai. Sri Giriraj Govardhan Ki Jai. Sri Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Sri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Deva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Narayani Nandan Vrindavan Das Thakur Avirbhav Ki Jai was yesterday. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Go Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Srivas Thakur Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Prem Sekho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Go Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Srivas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Govina Shamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Kanai-Natshala Ki Jai. Sri Gupta Govardhan Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Jamuna Devi Bhakti Devi Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Om Vishnupad Vishva Varenya Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mata Charja Brinda Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Srila Bhakti Bhima Avadut Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Sriman Paramananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Sri Bhakti Lalita Devi Dasi Ki Jai. Seva Vrinda Ki Jai. Somaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Nitai Go Premanande. Hare Krishna.
Srila Bhakti Sudhir Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. And Maharaj Dandavats from Praneshwari Didi, Dhananjaya Prabhu, Russia. Dasa Krishna Sarya. Dasa Krishna Sarya. I don't know. Dandavats Maharaj, this from Girish and Dandavats Maharaj and all the devotees. Gaura Shaktidas, Adelaide, Australia.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat from Bhanavi Yoga, Barbara Baldacini.
Jai Bhanavi.
Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Sevashram Tijuana, Dandavat.
Hare Krishna. Jai Balai Prabhu Ki Jai.
Tapanandini Didi.
Jai.
Iraida Perez. Tarulata Didi, Belarus. Suchitra Didi, Malika Didi, Chiang Mai.
Hare Krishna.
Harivalapa Didi. Dhananjaya Das, Italy. Dandavat Gurudev, thanks for every word. Dandavats to all devotees. Rome is present. Then Madhavi Didi from Hungary. Dandavat Guru Maharaj and all devotees. I'm happy to see you. I don't know much English, but it's nice to hear your voice.
Yonapad Kivano.
Ajita Krishna Prabhu, Russia. Madhu Gopal Prabhu, Rasananda Prabhu.
Ajit is in Russia. Russia. Does that mean where?
Novomoskovsk.
Oh, okay.
Rasananda Prabhu, Sochi.
Hare Krishna.
Madhavendu Prabhu, Prem Narayan Prabhu, Eram A. And Kshamabudhi. Unseen to human eyes, various orders of celestial and spiritual beings are attending the lectures of Goswami.
Hare Krishna.
As there is no second other on the planet who can distill the nectars he received from his masters as well as Goswami. Even the Paramatma in his heart is enjoying these presentations with supreme relish.
Hare Krishna.
That's all for
Trying
today.
not to obstruct. Hare Krishna. Jai Vancha Kalpa Tribhyasta Kripa Sindhu Bheva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.